Raya. I have a question for you. What do you think is after what happens after we die?
Actually, this is an excellent question because the foundation of most beliefs is whether a person believes in life after death or not. So, as Muslims, and actually Jewish, Christian, and Muslims, they believe that there's a life after death. So, what happens? Why is there a life after death? What do you think happens to us after we die? Do you have an idea after we die?
Like, I have a different belief than the Christians or the Muslims, I
What do
would
you
say.
believe?
I think that our soul goes somewhere. I don't know what. I don't really think that it's reincarnation, but something like that. But yeah.
So the soul doesn't die, it goes
No,
somewhere.
yeah.
Okay, but that's not bad. This question can only be fairly answered if a person believes in God. If a person doesn't believe in God and believes in different gods and Hindu gods and Buddhist no God, some believe in. If the belief in God isn't there, the answer doesn't make any sense. If the belief in God is there, that means why did He create us? This is the question we ask ourselves. Why did He create us? For what purpose did He create us? Why did He put us here? If we understand why we're here, why He created us, why He put us here, then we understand that life after death makes sense. So He tells us, as Muslims, and even, in fact, Abrahamic religions, we believe that He created, first of all, heavens and the earth. Heavens and the earth. When God says He created in Islam, He created everything in 6 days. He tells us He created heavens and the earth. Heavens means everything that's out there. Everything that's out there. All the universes and the galaxies, everything that's out there. And then we have this tiny earth. Why is such an emphasis on the earth? So it's because He created earth for human habitation. The other planets He created for His own wisdom. He created all these planets and stars and everything He created for His own wisdom. We don't know. All we know, He's created earth and He made the earth suitable for human habitation. He tells us very clearly in the Quran that He puts everything that would sustain life on this earth. And He put human being on this earth. How did He put human being on this earth? That's again, talking about Adam, creation of Adam and Eve. There may be some human-looking creatures before Adam, but they did not have any intellect. God gave Adam intellect, so he was able to understand right from wrong. He has wisdom. He gave him this, and then He also tells us He created angels. Angels were made out of light. Then there was another creature, those jinn. Jinn are like spirits. They're made out of fire, smokeless fire. So jinns have willpower. Angels don't have willpower. Humans have willpower. He gave us willpower in order to show us right from wrong and to test us according to whether we can live by His instructions. We have this, I don't want to make this a long story, Satan's role in this whole thing, how he disobeyed God right at the beginning and he was cast out of heaven. And then he also, Adam and Eve were told not to eat of certain tree and they ate of it, and because of Satan, and they were cast out of heaven. And then Satan promised he's going to go and misguide human being on this earth. So God knew that. He already knew this was going to happen. What did He do? He sent us guides, prophets, right from the beginning, Adam being the first of the prophets. And then we have if we go through the history, we have Adam as the first prophet, and then we have Noah. I mean, there were other prophets, but Noah, this is a big prophet. We're talking about Abraham. We're talking about Moses. We're talking about Jesus. Then last of the prophets were Prophet Muhammad. All of them came with one main message, and that there's only one God. Then each one of them had also certain instructions he gave to people, and people, according to the instruction, if they follow the instruction, that means they're fulfilling the purpose for which they were created. And some of them, they wanted to lie and murder and do whatever they wanted to do. And God tells us there's a reward and punishment. So you live on this earth for a certain number of years, then you die. So would it be fair that the people that obey God, obey the prophets, and the people that did the opposite, they would end up with the same ending? It wouldn't make sense. So the people that who obeyed God will end up, or at the time when the end time comes, they end up in paradise. The people disobeyed God, they end up in hell. This is basically permanent abode for all of us. So if we don't believe there's a life after death, we have no purpose and no reason for obeying God. You know, I can worship this tree and somebody can kill somebody else. Somebody can murder somebody else, like they're doing right now. Look at what they're doing to the Muslims. And this is just, take a look at what they're killing them by thousands. These people do not believe in the hereafter, even though they're from Abrahamic religion, for example. Because if they did believe, they would understand the Muslims and Jews were cousins. The two brothers, Ishmael and Isaac, they were the sons of Abraham. And all the progeny of Jews come from one side, Isaac, and Muslims come from the other side, Ishmael, and Muhammad happened to be the progeny for there. So if these people believed in God, they knew that Muslims are believers. They would not slaughter Muslims like this. And Muslims the same. There are Muslims that are by name, they're Muslims who they're not practicing. Same as Christians. So the fact that putting a name on ourselves doesn't mean anything. Are we following what God has commanded us to follow or not? So at the end, we're going to die. All of us are going to die. What's going to happen? There is reward and punishment. So if we believe in hereafter, that entices us to behave the way that's going to give us a better afterlife than if we didn't believe. I think this is a short and long answer to your question.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.